Hello there, piano fans. My name is Timothy, and I have another song stuck in my head. As you may know, whenever that happens, I have to learn the chords and the words to the song in question on my beautiful keyboard Lurleen, which you can now see. Upload it to YouTube land for you kind folks to get it out of my head and stick it in your heads, and that way I get to be done with it and move on to the next song. I always have songs stuck in my head, but this week I also have something very new and lovely, this brand new microphone. I figured 2021 is the year to really, dive into the things that bring us the most joy. And this channel is that for me in terms of my creative endeavors. So upping the quality a little bit, I'm sad that it's blocking my very expensive, beautiful, one-of-a-kind, stuck-in-my-head music poster. But I'll fiddle with the setup and we'll go from there. Let's see, what song has been stuck in my head? As you can see to my right, The Tale of Mr. Morton, a Schoolhouse Rock song. I love Schoolhouse Rock. I'm a true kid of the 90s. This one came out, I think it said it was originally aired in 1993, so that makes sense as to why I adore it. It gets stuck in my head often. It is, at its heart, a very beautiful love story between Mr. Morton and his lady love, but it is also about the relationship between the subject and the predicate of a sentence. So I hope you learn something, and I hope you enjoy this song as much as I do. This is the tale of Mr. Morton. Mr. Morton is who? He is the subject of our tale, and the predicate tells what Mr. Morton must do. Mr. Morton walked down the street. Mr. Morton walked. Mr. Morton talked to his cat. Mr. Morton talked. Hello, cat. You look good. Mr. Morton was lonely. Mr. Morton was. Mr. Morton is the subject of the sentence, and what the predicate says he does. Mr. Morton knew just one girl. Mr. Morton knew. Mr. Morton grew flowers for Pearl. Mr. Morton grew. Mr. Morton was very shy. Mr. Morton was. Mr. Morton is the subject of the sentence, and what the predicate says he does. The subject is the noun, that's a person, place, or thing. It's who or what the sentence is about. And the predicate is the verb, that's the action word that gets this subject up and out. Mr. Morton wrote Pearl a poem. Mr. Morton wrote. Pearl replied in the afternoon. Pearl replied with a note. Mr. Morton was lonely. Mr. Morton was. Mr. Morton is the subject of the sentence, and what the predicate says he does. The cat stretched, the sun beat down, a neighbor chased his kid. Each sentence is completed when we know what the subject did. Mr. Morton knocked on her door. Mr. Morton knocked. Mr. Morton sat on her porch. Yes, he just sat there and rocked. Mr. Morton was a nervous man. When she opened up the door, he ran. Mr. Morton climbed up his stairs. Mr. Morton climbed. Mr. Morton rhymed pretty words. Mr. Morton rhymed. Mr. Morton was lonely. Mr. Morton was, until Pearl showed up with a single rose. Who says women can't propose? Now Mr. Morton is happy, and Pearl and the cat are too. They're the subject of the sentence, and what the predicate says they do. Go check out my new website, stuckinmyheadmusic.com. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye.